This is a Dirt Vision special presentation. The best drivers, the best coverage. It's time to watch the greatest shows on dirt on Dirt Vision.
From the home of the greatest shows on dirt, welcome to Dirt Zone. My name is Ashton Smyth, and I'm here in the World Racing Group headquarters in Concord, North Carolina, bringing you coverage of all of tonight's races on one screen. Now, we have a jam-packed night ahead of us with action from 6 different racetracks. In the top left box on your screen is the American Sprint Car Series as they take on their second night of their Kansas swing at Dodge City Raceway Park. We will also see weekly micro racing at Milbridge Speedway in North Carolina and night 4 of the Western Pennsylvania Sprint Speed Week at Sharon Speedway in Ohio. Volusia Speedway in Florida, Fremont Speedway in Ohio, and Land of Legends Raceway in New York are also all in action with their weekly shows. And as we help you sample each property we offer here on Dirt Vision, we hope you enjoy our sample of Dirt Zone free for the first hour on both the Dirt Vision YouTube and Facebook pages. Once the first hour is up at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we hope you will join us over on Dirt Vision for the rest of tonight's show. Dirt Vision brings you the best of the best each and every week from 7 touring series and 12 weekly tracks. From sprint cars to late models, heat races to features, we have you covered. Welcome everyone to Dirt Vision Dirt Zone. Now, to kick off the night, we're going to tune in to some 305s as they are heat racing.
Here we go, single file past the restart cone. 2 laps in. 6 to go. Heat race number 3. Hammer drop, green back out. Bradley Bates to the outside of Bobby Clark for that 4 spot. Side by side for second. Tyler Sheets, Brendan Torok. Jimmy McGrath Jr. on the outside looking in. Tyler Sheets in second now. Brendan Torok back to third. Bradley Bates in fourth. Bobby Clark in that 5th position. Here comes the 5 junior, Jimmy McGrath Jr. Cross flags, 4 in, 4 to go. It's been all Dustin Stroop flying out front of this one. Tyler Sheets in the 2nd spot. Great race for 3rd. Brendan Torek, Bradley Bates, and Bobby Clark, and Jimmy McGrath Jr. White flag in the air for Dustin Stroop. Bradley Bateson, he was locked into a position to get into the A main, slides off the racetrack, checkered flag falls. Dustin Stroop, Tyler Sheets, Brendan Torek, Bobby Clark, and Jimmy McGrath Jr.
Speedway, where they are lining up for their first micro heat race as Aiden Sneed will lead the field to green.
as he's about a half a car length ahead of Coffey here to 3 and 4.
They buzz the top of the racetrack off now. It's ready to go heat race. Time here at Milbridge Speedway. Aiden Sneed and London McKenzie going to share the front row. Hayden Wise, Eli Adams going to share row number 2. Cole McDaniel, Michael Hubert share row number 3. Row number 4 going to go to Matt Thompson and Caleb Strobe. Eight laps to settle it between these 8 separate drivers. All will transfer to the A. 23 entry strong here tonight for your micro division. Going to double up, going to be next time around, going to be green flag. Doubled up down the back straightaway. Aiden Sneed in control of it. They work their way through 3 and 4 up off of turn number 4. Green flag on a 5. Sneed going to lead them off into turn number 1, but a big pitch to the top side of the racetrack. London McKenzie trying to work that top side, but it's going to be Hayden Wise on the bottom side. Working their way through 3 and 4 now. Wise trying to make that move down the front straightaway, trying to take this heat race lead, but it's going to be Sneed to the bottom side, trying to hold him off. Now Wise going to make that quick move to the top side. That's going to be a bad break from London McKenzie up there. McKenzie's going to get shuffled out of line now as they work their way now all of them back down to the bottom side, except for maybe Matt Thompson or Michael Hubert a little bit deep in the pack. That's going to be that 56 of Hubert trying to work that top side, trying to make some ground up as they work their way through 3 and 4. Hubert's going to immediately go back down to the bottom side of the racetrack now, down the back straightaway. Out front is going to be Aiden Sneed and Hayden Wise trying to battle it out for your top spot now. Wise trying to make that move back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Can't quite get there just yet. A big slide job a little bit deeper in the pack from that 43 of Scarborough over now. It's going to be Aiden Sneed holding on to your top spot. Sneed in control of it. Wise going to be in that second spot as they work their way through 1 and 2 down the back chute. Heat race action heating up a little bit deeper in the pack here. As Sneed holds on to your race lead now, coming to get 2 laps to go. That last time by white flag, this time by Wise going to try to make the move to the top side. Can't quite get there just yet. Now trying to get the momentum up down to the bottom side, trying to make that move for your race lead. Here comes Hayden Wise. We got one up and around in the middle of the front straightaway. Going to keep this one green flag racing off a turn number 4. Give it to Aiden Sneed. Aiden Sneed going to pick up the heat race win. Hayden Wise going to be second. London McKenzie and Eli Adams going to round out your top 4. Cole McDaniel, Michael Hubert, Matt Thompson, and Caleb Stroll going to be rounding out your 8-car field. Getting ready to roll heat race number 2, and it's going to be led to the green flag by a rookie in this division here this weekend. That 41 machine of Brody Snyder. Very familiar with Milbridge Speedway. A lot of wins here, championships.
First heat race for the micros done over at Milbridge Speedway. Over at Sharon, they are qualifying for the 410s. Your current points leader, Dave Blaney, put it top of the board in his group. After Group 1, Group 5 just went out over at Volusia. They're getting ready for modified heats, and Sportsman heats are underway over at Land of Legends. Let's take a look.
Off of that second corner and leading them here, Kennedy Payne, as we pick up the battle here with Tyler Corcoran. And now they're 3 wide off of turn 2. Corcoran and Conant split Mark Potter, and now they're bringing Kevin Ridley along for the ride as well. As we go double box here on Land of Legends TV. Payne trying to hold off Carl Comfort here. Side by side. Oh, they make contact off of turn 2. I'm sure Kennedy, who's good friends there with King Carl, having a little fun there. As she joked that she was the crew chief of the 10 car last night at Outlaw. Crew chiefed him all the way to a win. But look at Kevin Ridley. Ridley now trying to battle with Kennedy Payne for second as he'll start to come into your screen right here into turn 3. He's now trying to work the outside lane. The bottom of turn 4 has really been the preferred line, but down here in 1 and 2, it's a whole nother story. The top lane has been great, and Ridley rides it all the way to the 2 spot. Now is going to go after Comfort here for the lead with 2 to go. Remember, top 5 get their handicap starting spots for tonight's feature. And Ridley going to go to the top shelf in 1 and 2, trying to get the race lead, but Comfort's got to run off of 2. So the top of 1 and 2 is really, really good on entry, but the bottom off of 2 has also been really good. That's why we've seen so many 3 and 4 wide battles over there. As we get the Speed Connection 1 to go for Carl Comfort. He's a Speed Connection customer, trying to bring it all the way to checkers, but Ridley around the outside in turn 2. Does Ridley go to the bottom here in 3 and 4? Yes, he does. Tries to protect the lead and get the win, and he's going to do it. Ridley goes from last to first here in heat race number 2. Comfort is second. Corcoran is third. Fourth is Kona, and Kennedy Payne will take the 5th and final qualifying spot here out of heat race number 2.
Want to see a replay here on Dirt Vision. Rennie gets that big momentum built up, full send in a 3 and 4, and just looks like he drives it like nobody's there. Just puts Dawson in the fence up and over. So just a big slider trying to make a move right there. Big contact with him and Dawson. Now that 64 is going to end up getting towed back to the pits.
Ronnie Dawson moved all the way from New York down to North Carolina to compete at Milbridge in the micro division here weekly. Now that's a new team this year, and they've had quite the struggle, and you never want to see that car upside down, but they're going to get towed off in the pits. At least the driver's okay. And over at Land of Legends Raceway, the Sportsman Heat is underway.
Paul Guerri got by, and now Henry and Guerri are going to go after the 7-Eleven of Nick Ventura. So great action as we throw the double box up for you here on Land of Legends TV. As Ventura, he's right in the middle. Henry up top, Guerri down to the bottom. Now Guerri going to change lines. Nope, he's going to go back to the bottom here in 1 and 2. Ventura going to try to tuck into line here with Henry as Ventura slides back to the 2 spot. Ventura with new Legends wins and a novice sportsman win at Fulton last season, before moving up to the full-fledged sportsman division here at the Land of Legends. Right now holding on to a qualifying spot as he lost the lead to Henry, now loses the 2 spot to Paul Guerri. But Ventura still sitting pretty here, coming up on the halfway point. 4 in, 4 to go here for James Henry. Side by side back in the pack here between Frank Guerri Jr. and the 51 of Tim Lafleur. They'll duke it out down the back straightaway. Car 113 and car 51. Boy, that's still the battle. Frank got a good run here off of turn 4. He got by Lafleur and now goes after Ventura here with 3 to go. And there goes Frankie down to the bottom. So he'll try to pick off another spot. Ventura's got the momentum down the back straightaway, but the top lane really hasn't been the preferred line in 3 and 4 so far. And I think that may change come feature time. We'll see. 2 to go. As Guerri gets by, and now here comes Lafleur going after Ventura for the 4 spot, and he'll get it. But Ventura still in a qualifying spot as we now take the white flag. Lafleur, can he complete the pass? Yes, he does off of turn 4. He had to work for 2 laps to get the job done, and he got it. But up front, the Mad Skins 21 of James Henry got the lead just prior to the halfway point, leads the rest of the way, and James Henry wins Heat 3. Second across the line is Paul Guerry. Third is going to be Frank Guerry Jr. Fourth will be Taryn Laffler.
James Henry, your winner at Land of Legends, and Tristan Thomas, your Micro Heat number 2 winner over at Milbridge. Volusia Raceway is throwing the checkered flag as we speak for their UMP Modifieds Heat race, as we got a car around over at Fremont Speedway in their dirt trucks heat race. Let's tune back into Milbridge Speedway as they line up for their third race.
Third spot, he's going to have Joey Robertson in the double 3 at 33 machine, going to roll off in the 4th. Ryan Boyd in the 5B going to be 5th. It's going to be Sawyer Davis in 6th, and Abby Adams in the 38 machine in the final spot. Cadet B Main, I need you in the grid. Cadet B Main, you should be in the grid. Again, I should have Cadet B Main in the grid. Cadet B Main, you should be in the grid, please. Box Stock B Main, be on your way. Box Stock B Mains, be on your way as the battle's starting to heat up here. Your first and third and final heat race as they work their way through 1 and 2. Stan is trying to make that move to the top side of the racetrack, but it's going to be Scarborough. Big pitches down on the bottom side. He holds on to your top spot. Scarborough will hold on to that race lead. Him and Stan is going to be your top 2 as they work their way through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Now Stanley's got some company coming. Here comes that 26 machine of Aiden Turner trying to track them down on the top side as they work their way back down into 1 and 2. Still holding on to that bottom side of the racetrack. Scarborough trying to see if he can't make it work a little bit longer. But now they got a hard charge coming up through the 3 and 4 down to the bottom side. Here comes that 26 machine of Aiden Turner with a big slide dog. He's going to almost clear Stanley. Stanley's going to throw that crossover move on him. Now he's going to slide to the top side of the racetrack one more time. Turner holds on to it down to the bottom side once again as they work their way through 1 and 2. That's going to bring that 30. That's that 33 machine of Joey Robinson trying to close that gap to that second and third place drivers as they work their way across the start-finish line. 2 laps to go here in your final heat race of the evening. Standish now with a big move up the racetrack, trying to avoid contact between him and that 26 that turns. The white flag going to fly. Scarborough out front now. Robertson going to try to see if he can get in the mix for that second spot. Standish going to slide up one more time. He's going to close that door on that 26 machine of Turner. Turner going to make it work on the top side, but it's going to be Turner. Turner's going to catch him across the line. Standish going to be 3rd. Robertson going to be your top 4. Davis, Boyd, and Adams going to round out your 7-car field. And it's going to be Caleb Scarborough.
Caleb Scarborough, your points leader over at Milbridge in the 600 micro division. But over at the Land of Legends, many familiar faces. Alex Payne, your Super Dirt Car Rookie of the Year, starting 9th, and Matt Williamson, another Super Dirt Car full-time runner, starting 8th. Let's take a listen.
As the D train and Zach Payne working on him to turns 1 and 2. Martin trying to get that run off the bottom. If you haven't watched us yet this season, Dalton Martin with a new number, new colors this year, switched to the 18K as they come by the comfort windows and doors. Speed shot here on the front straightaway. And now look at the doctor driving inspired here off of turn 2. He'll go to the middle groove here into 3 and 4. He's got a nice run trying to let that new power plant stretch its legs. Here with 4 laps to go. And Johnson takes over the 3 spot. And now he's going to go after Marcus Dinkins for the runner-up spot. The doctor down to the bottom, putting on a show. Going up to the 2 spot here off of turn number 4. And behind them, Alex Payne and Kevin Root are doing battle right now. And that's for the 5th and final qualifying spot for the handicap tonight. That's a big one. And now here comes Matt Williamson to battle with them. 2 to go now for your race leader, Pat Ward. Johnson, Zach Payne got way too high in turn 4. Root goes by, Payne goes by. And that's huge because that was the final handicap qualifying spot. But Payne going to charge back by him off of turn 2. And now here comes Williamson to the bottom. Oh, and he made contact with Payne. Payne goes around. And that's going to draw the yellow. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, boy. Oh, Oh, boy. The front stretch was a rockin' here. So we've got one lap to go here in heat race number 1. John, my friend, I hope you're enjoying this one, brother. What a race we've got going here in heat race number 1. Can Pat Ward hold off Danny Johnson in a one-lap dash here? Coming back to green. Ward gonna whoa him way up in turn 4 and hit the throttle. So one lap to go. Can Pat Ward hold off Danny Johnson? It feels like the 90s here at the Land of Legends. Down the back stretch for the final time. We're going to have a battle here for that final qualifying spot. But up front, it's Pat Ward. Ward's going to win heat race 1. Danny Johnson is second. Third is Kevin Root. Battle to the line. It was Dinkins and Zach Payne. Alex Payne gave it a go, but he came up about a half a car length short.
I got him 6. I got him. Knock it off.
And Williamson up alongside the 70, sharing a little motorsport sign language. Boy, there was enough action there in heat race number 1. Let's see what heat race number 2's got to offer. Here's the lineup. Tori Stoutinger will go from position number 1. He'll start alongside Justin Wright in the 19W.
Alex Payne, your current points leader over at the Land of Legends. Unfortunate ending for him as he gets wrecked and misses the transfer spot by 1 position. Now let's look across the board. ASCS has started. They're going over some highlights from last week as, big wreck at Milbridge Speedway in the Cadet B main. Sharon Speedway is doing opening ceremonies and getting lined up for their heat racing action as Volusia towing off a car in their modified heat race. Dirt car big blocks over at Land of Legends lining up for their heat race number 2. Let's go take a look.
How many Super Matt Shepard fans are in the house tonight? Super Matt will start from position number 8. Now again, our heats and features tonight lined up according to the handicap. So here we go. Tori Stoutinger, my man, still trying to get that Hostess sponsorship on the side of the 7S. He'll bring us to green. Tori and Justin Wright lead them down into turns 1 and 2. Look at D-Pods on the top shelf. And here comes T-Bone down to the bottom. 3 wide for the 2 spot into turn 3. Oh, baby. T-Bone goes to the runner-up spot, and here comes Shepard. 3 wide on the front straightaway. Shepard from 8th to 3rd here on lap number 1, but here comes the Batman. Tori got off track, brings it back on, and now we've got a battle for the race lead. Here comes T-Bone to the bottom. The 3-time and defending big block champion here at Canandaigua. He'll lead lap number 2. But Shepard is right there with him. A lot of drivers, if you haven't watched us in the first couple weeks, a lot of drivers have had to adjust to that new guardrail down in turns 1 and 2. And guys like Hares and Shepard have really figured it out early. Shepard went all the way to the guardrail and let it go to the top of 1 and 2 that last time by. Now he rim rides the top all the way around. 3 laps in the books, and we've got Tori Stoutinger crossways over there in turns 1 and 2. Yellow lights will go on.
Running in 4th, that is Chase Cook. Running in the 5th spot, the 00 of Justin Woodrow. Justin from Orlando, Florida. Lap number 4 going to be logged in the books. We're past halfway. 2 to go. Jesse Powers still your leader. Powers lead them off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Got about a half a straightaway advantage over Stephen Powers. And about almost a half a straightaway back is the Chris Olmstead machine. White flag is in the air this time by 1 to go. Final time in turns 1 and 2. Little bit of a push in that 117, and Jesse Powers gathered it back in. Now Stephen Powers, a little bobble off of 2. Meanwhile, for the final time, off of turn number 4, it's going to be Jesse Powers in the 117 machine. Checkered flag waves. We got one in the fence. Our second place car, Stephen Powers, planted it on the inside wall, so he's not going to finish in that number 2 spot.
Back to the green. Can Shepard find a way around T-Bone with 4 to go? And Shepard's going to go right to work here to the bottom with 1 and 2. Shepard down on the bottom. Hare's on the top side. Hare's will take the lead into turn 3, but Shepard's right there with him. Wheel to wheel, they were into 3. Hare's holds him off here off of turn number 4. 3 to go now for Hare's. And now Peter Britton has entered the conversation as well. The Pepsi 21A trying to make it a 3-car battle for the win here. Meanwhile, they're side by side for the final qualifying spot. Alan Johnson up alongside Justin Wright. So we'll keep our eyes on that as they streak by the Comfort Windows and Doors speed shot. And Alan Johnson still working on Justin. Oh, he slipped up the hill that time off of 2, but he got a nice run on the top. AJ Slideway is going to throw it into the middle of 3 and 4. Try to get around right for that final qualifying spot here with 1 to go. Brought to you by Speed Connection. And it's been Justin Hares since lap number 2. As Johnson gets the spot, Hares is going to bring it off of turn 4. T-Bone, well done here in heat race number 2. Shepard is second, Britton is third. Fourth will be James Sweeting, and Alan Johnson will take the 5th and final qualifying spot here in heat race number 2. So how about a nice hand for T-Bone, Justin Hares, who started off his season in a horrible way, lost an engine on opening night in hot laps, no less.
Matt Shepard from last to second in his heat race over at Land of Legends, but let's tune in to Fremont Speedway, where the B main is underway.
Tough break for Austin Black, who was running in a transfer position. That'll move Logan Monjou up into the top 5.
Just as we said that Fremont Speedway goes under caution in their 305 B main. So let's take a look at Land of Legends as they have their street stocks out for some heat racing action.
And that is Justin Finger out of Bloomfield. They weren't able to make it here to the track 2 weeks ago. Had some problems underneath the hood, and potentially some of those problems have kicked back up again here tonight. I'll tell you, we got to stop having these yellow flags here because my ADD is just kicking in tonight. We got all time for
another yellow
How many
over
folks
here
out
at Land
there?
of Legends. Unfortunate timing over here. Let's go back to Fremont Speedway as now they hopefully stay green in their 305 B main.
Seth Schneider running away now with this one. Logan Monjou, shot out of a cannon, was running in the 5th position, now up to 2nd. Here comes Kelsey Ivey now digging down to the bottom to run into the 3rd spot. Heldon Miller, Bradley Bateson side by side. Seth Schneider, Logan Monjou, Kelsey Ivey, Heldon Miller, Bradley Bates. Oh, Heldon Miller gonna spin and turns 1 and 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
The Fremont Speedway would like to thank its 2024 sponsors: Shellick's Bar and Grill, Silvertop Sports Bar and Grill, Snyder Floor Covering Outlet, Tanks Meats, The Strand, Tiffany's Furniture, and
Fremont
Tiffin
Speedway,
Auto
another
Auction in
caution
West
over
Lake.
there. Let's tune in to Land of Legends, Street Stocks, Heat Racing here in a few moments.
Oh, Randy Johnson absolutely plowed into that tire there into turn number 4. And that's going to put us under the yellow flag.
Greg, you're awfully obnoxious tonight. Nobody else is going to say it, but I will.
And I think we may have a look at it here on the Tradition Automotive Group replay. Let's take a look. Randy right there racing just to the back half of the top 5. Oh, he tried to get back to the gas and clips the Tory tire. We only have a couple Tory tires left here at the Land of Legends, and Randy found one of them. But good news
Let's go
for
back
Greg
to Fremont
Hickson.
to catch the end of the 305 B main.
Side by side for the 4th spot. Jackson Sabito, Bradley Bateson down the backstretch. 2 to go, this time by for Seth Schneider. Logan Monjou, Kelsey Ivey, Bradley Bateson, Jackson Sabito. White flag in the air, one more time around for Seth Schneider. Out of turn 4, taking the computer man. B-main win will be Seth Schneider. 2nd going to go to Kelsey Ivey on the last lap pass. 3rd, Logan Monjou. 4th, Bradley Bateson. Jackson Sabito, your top 5. Randy Rubel, Bobby Foster, Austin Black, Jim Leeser, Heldon Miller, and David Hoppus round out the field. Top 5 moving to the Knights A main. Finishing in that 5th spot to be Jackson Sabito. 4th goes to Bradley Bateson. Logan Monjou 3rd. Kelsey Ivey 2nd. Make some noise for the winner of your computer man. Along with Technique Electric of Clyde, Ohio. B-main winner. What do you say for Seth Schneider?
Finished up over there at Fremont. Now we have lots of racing action underway over at Milbridge. The Junior Wing feature lining up. Land of Legends hobby stocks are out for their heat races, but let's tune in to Volusia Speedway Park in Florida, where the 602 late models are on track.
In the 6th spot. Mike Warren in the 26, running 7th. Adam Bennett was a no-show for the heat race, and I see that truck loaded up, ready to leave the premises. So obviously an issue with the Adam Bennett machine. So Adam going to go home early here tonight. Meanwhile, out front, driving that number 53 machine, Brandon Yates going to lead them off of turn number 4. As they work it off of 4 down the front straightaway. 4 down, 4 to go. Yates your leader, Lehman in second, Birdwell in third. Sean Babcock in the 4th place. Bryanston in the 5th spot. It will be 3 to go this time by. Yates with a good lead. Had about a 1.2 second advantage last time by. Let's see what Brandon's got this time. 1.3 seconds again. So it'll be the popsicle sticks by Michael Stewart the next time by. The 2-car way high, kicking up some rooster tails off of 2. Gathered it back up. It's going to be 2 to go this time by for Brandon Yates. Yates over Lehman and Birdwell running in third. Donnie Birdwell's got that 31 dialed in here tonight. Now we got a good battle for that 4 spot between Babcock and Bryanston as they work off of 2 down the back straightaway. White flag is in the air for Yates as Brandon for the final time into turns 1 and 2. Brandon still with a comfortable advantage over Austin Lehman. These guys battling for 4th. They're all over the place. For the final time into turn number 3, exiting turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Brandon Yates, your 602 late model heat race winner. Coming home second will be Austin Lehman. Donnie Birdwell coming home.
Heat race is wrapping up over there at Volusia. Now we have action on across all 6 of our racetracks right now. The ASCS over at Dodge City Raceway Park is underway for hot laps, their second group. But let's jump back to Milbridge Speedway where there was just a big collision.
Down the back straightaway, you can see them coming to the heat race, replay here. A hard contact by the 2 machine of Brady Harris. Cadet A main, I need you in the grid, please. Cadet A main, I need you in the grid. Again, that was a 2 of Harris. It was up and over. I thought it was a 3K of Franklin, but it was the 2 of Harris. So tough break for that driver. You can see heavy damage on the right front of that one. Cadet A main, I need you in the grid, please. Cadet A main, I need you in the grid, please. Junior Wing A, you will follow the Cadet A main victory lane. So Borman going to be in control. Edward Massencup going to be second. Edwards going to be third. Gavin Beecham going to be your top 4. Nolan 4. Or Buchamp, going to be your top 4. Nolan 4 going to round out your top 5. Again, 2 will transfer from this one to the A main. So right now, Borman and Massencup going to be your 2 transfer cars, but there's a lot of racing to go as they're going to jam up behind them. Now Massencup going to come to a stop as we go to green flag racing, and we're going to bring that one back. Up off of turn number 4, green flag going to fly. 12 laps to settle at 1 lap in the books, and it's going to be Connor Borman out front now. A big wiggle by Borman. That's going to allow Massencup to close that gap. Here comes Drake Edwards trying to close in as well as they work their way through 3 and 4. 2 laps in the books for Connor Borman. 10 laps to go as he works his way down the back straightaway. No pressure or about a cart length separation between him and that 3 of them. Massencup with a big drive to the back bumper to the inside. Here comes Edward Massencup. Side by side for the top spot. Massencup going to take it over now. Borman going to throw back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Trying to make that move back to the race lead. Can't get there one more time through 3 and 4. Up off of turn number 4. That's going to allow Edwards to close that gap now. 4 laps in the books. 8 laps to go as they work their way down the back straightaway. Top 3 starting to get spread out now as they work their way back across the start finish line. Approaching the halfway point, and it's still Edward Massencup out front. 0.6 of a second lead as he works his way through 3 and 4, but Borman's got some company coming. Edwards trying to close that gap a little bit deeper in the pack. Here comes that 33M of Brooke Massencup. Trying to work their way to the back bumper of that 03 of Edwards. Edwards still trying to track down that 02B of Borman, and now we are just past the halfway. 5 laps to go for Massencup out front. Edward Massencup in the 3M holds on to the top spot. Now the battle's going to be on for that 3rd spot, trying to see if they can work their way to the final transfer spot. Brooke Massencup to the bottom side, works their way around that 03 of Edwards. Now they're going to set their sights on that 02B of Borman down the back straightaway. 3 laps to go this time by for Edward Massencup out front. The 2 Massencup racers trying to make their way back into the A main. Now Massencup, Brooke Massencup closes that gap big time to Borman. Now carling separation for your final transfer spot through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go, and the battle's on for the transfer spot. Brooke Massencup yanks it down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Make a little bit of contact. They're going to drive to that 2nd spot now, but Borman's got some steam down the back straightaway with a crossover move through 3 and 4. White flag on the fly for the final transfer spot into turn number 1. Massencup with big contact on Borman. Going to slide them up the racetrack. That could bring Edwards back into the mix. Now Borman back to the bottom side one more time for the final time through 3 and 4. They're going to make heavy contact across the line, and Borman going to hold on to it. They're going to stop across the front straightaway with big contact and a lot of damage on the 02B of Borman as they come to a stop right across the start-finish line. But Massencup, Edward Massencup in the 3M going to hold on to win that one. Connor Borman going to be 2nd.
Crazy finish out of the box stock B main over at Milbridge Speedway. Big wreck after the checkered flag flew for the last transfer spot. Now we have lots of racing action lining up. Vintage cars on track at Fremont. Something super cool to see. Hobby Stocks lining up for their 2nd heat race at Land of Legends. But the 602s are out at Volusia in Florida. Let's take a look.
For lap number 1, Tanner Thomas number 1. It's going to be Rodriguez in 2nd, Lewis in the 3rd spot. Now Lewis trying to work the inside of Rodriguez. Not going to happen as the 42 machine now of Josh Bird. Josh making his way up toward the front. We're under yellow. Ron Adams parked there on the little bit past the entrance of pit road in the RP1 machine, so did not see what happened to racing Ron over there, but somehow he lost control there down the middle of the back straightaway. Racing Ron Adams. All right, so I believe for the first time tonight, we're going to have a Delaware double file restart. And folks, in case you're new to racing, I'll explain to you what a Delaware double file restart is. So once we have a lap complete and the yellow flag comes out, then the driver leading the race gets row number 1 all to his or herself. In this case, it's Tanner Thomas. The driver running 2nd at the time of the yellow will get lane choice. That would be Billy Rodriguez. So when they come to the stripe, Rodriguez is going to, when the lineup is right, Rodriguez is going to go to the top or the bottom, and then everybody falls in.
The caution curse tonight continues every time we throw somewhere. They decide to go to a caution. Underway at Milbridge, the box stock B main, the 2nd one underway. Beamer your leader, Davis Jr. in 2nd. And we saw a crazy finish in the earlier one. Let's listen in to what's going on.
A main in the grid, Cadet A main, you should be in the grid. Junior Wing A main, be on your way. Junior Wing A main, be on your way. Top 3 breakaway over the rest of this pack, but it's Nicholas Davis Jr. in that 2nd spot. Reese Beamer out front as we come to complete lap number 4. 8 laps to go now on this one. Junior Wing start making your way to the grid. Junior Wing be making your way to the grid. 5 laps in, Reese Beamer still out front at 0.8 of a second advantage over that 4N of Nicholas Davis Jr. trying to race their way into this A main coming up here later tonight for our biggest class of the weekend here at Milbridge Speedway. Box stock B main number 2, Reese Beamer out front. Nicholas Davis Jr. in that 2nd spot now as they work their way across the start finish line. 5 laps to go for Beamer. No pressure from behind as they work their way down the back straightaway. Trying to maintain that pace. Beamer still holds on to it. Coming to get 3 to go this time by for that 7B of Reese Beamer. Beamer comfortably in the lead. Davis Jr. now may have some company coming. That number 1 machine starting to reel him in. 1/6 of a second separation between second and third now across the start-finish line with 2 laps to go. Slowly starting to reel them in. Now it's half a second separation. Trying to see if they can't track them down as they work their way through 3 and 4. Davis Jr. trying to hold on to race their way to the A main here. Nicholas Davis Jr. holds on to that second spot. A big slide up off of turn number 2, going to cost them some time. This could be Curley's last chance to get in. They work their way through 3 and 4 off of turn number 4. Beamer going to win it. Davis Jr. going to come on second.
Let's catch the last lap of Hobby Stocks Heat 2 over Atlanta Legends.
Coming off of turn 2, couldn't quite make it work that time. Now he'll go back to the top of 3, trying to get that car pointed downhill. Coming to the speed connection, 1 to go. It's Nate Peckham leading Mark Minutlo and Brighton Grant and Ed Stevens, top 4. Jacoby holding on to that 5th and final qualifying spot. Checkered flag about to come out here for Nate Peckham. Car number 90, driver out of Seneca Falls. He'll get the job done here in heat race number 2. Minutlo is second. Third is going to be Grant. Fourth is Ed Stevens. And rounding out your top 5 qualifiers, the Mark's Pizzeria 88 of Justin Jacoby.
Finished up that heat race over with the Hobby Stocks. The 410 Sprints A-Main lining up over at Fremont Speedway. ASCS lining up to do some qualifying laps here soon. Milbridge Cadet feature lined up on the grid. You see them there as the hot laps over at Sharon. Let's tune into Volusia with the late models.
4 down, 4 to go at the stripe. It's a dead even between Bird and Lewis. And Rodriguez getting a little squirrely behind Adams as we're working lap number 6. So it's still Tanner Thomas, your leader. Austin Lewis in second. Josh Bird in the 3rd spot. Going to be 2 to go this time by. So it'll be the white flag next time by. Tanner Thomas still your leader. Meanwhile, Austin Lewis, Josh Bird still battling for that number 2 spot. Here comes Bird on the inside of Lewis. It's going to be the white flag this time by. As they work off of turn number 4, Tanner Thomas your leader. At the stripe, it was Lewis that time. So Austin Lewis going to work the high side. He's got an advantage now off of Bird. Bird slips up a little bit. Now Lewis with about a 4-car length advantage as they sail it off into 3 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, Tanner Thomas, your 602 late model heat race winner. Coming home second will be Austin Lewis. Coming home third will be the Josh Bird machine. Rodriguez in 4th, Adams in 5th, Powers in 6th, and the 3C of Cale Gilbert rounding out the field. All right, we're going to roll right into our final heat race for the 602 late models. Here's your starting lineup.
Tanner Thomas wins that heat race. The 602s over at Volusia. Now let's tune in to Land of Legends with the new legends out for their heat race.
Woodworth in the 63 going to take it all the way upstairs, let everybody on by, and then going to run his own race as the leaders will break away here. It's Nugent with the race lead. Oh, Elizabeth, hold on to it. Driver out of Fillmore. She'll lead lap number 1 over Gray, Ridley, Galusha, and Spore. So Kyle Ridley, who was oh so close to getting his first Land of Legends win here 2 Saturday nights ago, trying to close the gap here on Evan Gray, trying to keep that car pinned on the bottom lane as they scream by the speed shot here. Ridley down to the bottom, Gray up top, Galusha on the top lane, and now here comes Chase Spore. 4 cars battling here for position number 2 as Elizabeth Nugent starts to pull away out here out front in the race lead with 3 to go. Woodworth in the 63 pulls off to the Castrol pit lane. So problem there for car number 63.
We're feature racing at Fremont Speedway with the 410 sprint cars.
3
3 wide for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Look at DJ Foose digging on the bottom of the racetrack from third to first. Last place running Robert Robinault stops on the speedway to bring out the caution.
They're under
So
caution.
we'll rack
So
'em
let's
and
look
stack
at
'em
the
and try
last
to-
lap of New Legends, Atlanta Legends.
Together for the lady racer out of Fillmore, Elizabeth Nugent wins the New Legends heat race. Second is Ridley. Wow, that was close at the line. Chase Sporer over Evan Gray by 11 one-thousandths of a second. That's 0.011 for third at the line. Sporer is third. Fourth is
Better start this time for Sean Rahal. Goes up to the cushion in 1 and 2. DJ Foose on the bottom of the racetrack. A bring along Zeth Sabo. DJ Foose. Yep. Flat right rear for the 35 of Stuart Brubaker. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Looks like a flat right rear tire on the 35. He'll go to the work area. Crew, be ready. He gets 2 minutes
Under
once he
caution
hits
at
the work
Fremont
area to
in the
change that
A-main.
tire.
Let's tune in to
If
Volusia
there's
for the
no
last
damage
lap
on
of
the
the
right rear
602 heat race.
Reel in Van Sickle per second. Meanwhile, Holden Allen gone. He's got a half a straightaway advantage over Van Sickle, as it's going to be the white flag this time by Holden Allen leading him off of Ford. Travis Stats in the pits. Final time into turn 1 and 2. Holden Allen looking for that heat race win here at Volusia Speedway Park as he works for the final time into turn 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it looks like it's going to be, and it is, Holden Allen, your heat race winner. Coming home second is Cale Van Sickle. Coming home third is Brody Smith. Coming home fourth is Justin Dean. In a battle for fifth at the stripe, it's going to be Jason Papp, as Jason comes home over Troy Kidd in that final spot. So that does it for the 602 late models. Coming up next, we have one Gladiator heat race. Going to be 6 laps. Here's your lineup. Starting at a pole out of Orlando, Florida, driving car number 84 is Joe Sunday. Starting on the outside of Roanoke.
Lots of racing action already happening here on Dirt Vision over at Dodge City Raceway with ASCS qualifying underway. Seth Bergman, your winner from last night, currently sits second fastest in his group over at Milbridge. Cadet feature underway, 1 lap left to go. Sharon Speedway weekly racing about ready to do some opening ceremonies. Let's tune in to Milbridge.
Swapping it back and forth here for your Cadet A main. Beeson back to the bottom side. Halpin going to play that big arc. Going to hold on to it down the back chute. Now here comes Coco Halpin with a big charge. Beeson going to throw it off in there. Big wreck, 2-wheel in action here in the Cadet A main. White flag going to fly. Halpin holds on to it down the back straightaway for the final charge here tonight. Through 3 and 4 off a turn number 4. 25 machine of Coco Halpin going to park it in victory lane here at Milbridge Speedway. Junior Wing A main, you should be ready to go on the grid. Junior Wing A main should be ready to go on the grid.
Cadet feature finished up at Milbridge. Now let's go back to Fremont. Looking ready to go green here one more time in the 410 A main.
Here we go. Let's try this again. Green out again. Sean Rahal, great start one more time. DJ Foose going to go right back down to that bottom groove and pull to the inside of Sean Rahal for the lead. Rahal, Tyler Street, Travis Philo battling for that second spot. DJ Foose pulling away. Tyler Street falls back to fifth. Sean Rahal still in second. Here comes Sable to the inside of Sean Rahal for second. Side by side, wing to wing as DJ Foose continues in charge of this one. Keep an eye on Cale Thomas up into the 7th spot. Cale Thomas started 10th. Seth Sable takes that second spot from Sean Rahal. Travis Philo runs 4th. Tyler Street in the 5th position. Here comes TJ Michael taken to the top 5. DJ Foose's lead 2.4 seconds last time by. Seth Sabo now into second, starting to reel him in though. Travis Philo challenging Sean Rahal for 3rd. 5th, TJ Michael, Tyler Street, Caleb Henry, Cale Thomas, and Cody Brewer. Caleb Henry now into the top 5. Problems for Conor Morel, goes to a stop in turns 3 and 4. Wipes out a 2-second lead for DJ Foose. Seth Sabo had taken half a second off the last 3 laps. DJ Foose, your leader, flat left rear tire. That will put Seth Sabo into the lead. Sean Rahal in second. Travis Philo 3rd. Caleb Henry 4th. TJ Michael 5th. Cody Brewer in the 6th spot. Cale Thomas 7th. Tyler Street 8th. Stuart Brubaker 9th. Cap Henry, your top 10.
Fifth quick at a 14.095. Hewish was a 14.013. So Mallet still leads the way in Group 2. 3 cars remain in Group 2 qualifying. Here comes the 2J, Zach Blurton, out of Quinter,
The
Kansas.
current time reads 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are right in the thick of racing on this Saturday night. Thank you for everyone tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, and we invite you to join us on Dirt Vision to catch the rest of tonight's action here on Dirt Zone. Now let's continue listening to ASCS as Sam Hafertep set a new track record, and they are in the second group of qualifying.